Okay, I hope the sound's working here. I have no idea. Anyway, live now from South Korea, 2016. It's actually kind of funny doing this here. I'm actually right now at the cafe, one of the many different little cafes I go and work at. There's a bunch of people around me, and let me try to show you. Let's see, how do I make this thing flip back? So I'm going to give you like a little panoramic vision of what's kind of going on here. I've got one guy staring at me, but whatever, we won't pay attention to him. And then it goes like way back here, and a bunch of other seats that you can't really see. Okay. So, just give you like a little view of what it looks like here. It's actually pretty big place. Korean cafes are usually like really big. The thing is, everyone comes in here and fights for seats, and everyone wants like a little bit of space away from everyone else. But it gets a little bit loud, a little bit noisy at times. But it's really different. It's really different from like American style cafes or even like European style cafes. But today what I'm going to talk about a little bit for you, kind of the differences, some of the main differences that I've noticed while I've been living and working here, and then some of the other little things that, not just differences, but like little things in working. While I work here, a lot of my time that I'm here, little things that I do to try to be more productive and get more stuff done in the time that I actually am here doing things. So, real quick, if this is fun and you like the info, definitely hit the like button. Even if you're watching like a replay or something, hit the like button, and that'll give me some more confidence to make more interesting videos, even more interesting than this one. And definitely follow if you like some of the information. I'll talk a little bit about productivity and stuff like that sometimes about my own little business and the things that I do, and kind of give you different viewpoints of, you know, what it's like traveling and working from different places throughout the world, which now I've been doing for like 7 something years. Okay. Anyway, when working at the cafe, a lot of people come in here to work and do things on their own. A lot of people are like studying here at Korean cafes, but some people also come in just like myself and actually work on their own little private business or whatever. And working, there's like a few main things that makes it really difficult. One, it's really, really loud. It gets really crazy loud. I hope you guys can actually hear me through this thing right now. But that's one thing about Korean cafes specifically that, you know, people that travel through here, they always mention that, like, why is it so damn loud? I heard from one guy who was Korean that, like, they try to make themselves speak loudly so that everyone around them also speaks loudly at the same time. And by doing that, then when you really want to be like quiet or secretive, you can like tone it down for a quick second and basically, you know, tell your friend what you want to say or be secretive. Anyway, regardless, it's loud. So that's kind of one thing to deal with when working from a cafe in general, but especially here. The thing is, you really get used to it. You definitely get used to it over time. It's not that big of a deal. And if the noise is the thing that's really distracting you, it's probably going to be like other things, your own phone or, you know, just being not into the work that you're really doing. So you want to like let your mind wander and think about and do other things or people watch or whatever it might be. Even for me right now, it's kind of like strange shooting the video from, you know, this spot. Lots of people like looking over. I'm sure they think I'm just doing like a little Skype conference call or something like that, but whatever, either way. Also, a big thing about like working in cafes in general is your friends will start contacting you and what are you up to? What are you doing? Let's hang out right now. I'll come over. Where are you at? And it can be definitely distracting and a little bit annoying when you just really want to work on some stuff and get things done. I make that a rule, and of all things today, I broke my rule, and someone came over and visited with me for a short time, which was good. She was just hanging out for a minute, a friend of mine. But yeah, a lot of other times somebody will come over and they just want to chat and talk and hang out. So that's a big part of it, just like not contacting the people that you know, or if you go to a neighborhood cafe or something, it's so much harder to just have time alone. Now again, I'm like going through my little notes right here, having to wrote down like a little stuff because I know I'd get like sidetracked trying to talk and do this and say hello, like eyes alone to the people that are watching me, you know, through the eyes, like, hey, what's up? I know I'm talking to my phone here because I feel really awesome sitting alone, talking to my phone, talking to myself, it looks like. So another big thing here in Korea when people like are working or whatever, almost everybody brings their little laptops and their phones, definitely their phones. And we always are trying to like fight over chargers, like the charger for like plugging your stuff in. Let me just real quick grab this for you. I have my little phone charger right here, and I can plug it into my computer, which is great. My computer has a really strong, good battery, which is a really positive thing, but it's still, my computer will go out and that'll die, and then I'll have to like plug it in. And so you'll see like a couple open little chargers, and you wait for a spot to open up if you don't see any free. And then somebody else has also been waiting for that spot, and then you jump on them at the same time. You have to like fight over them. It gets pretty annoying. That's definitely one thing here in Korea that is still different from other places and other countries when I go and visit and travel around. But anyway, let's talk about main differences between basically like a Korean cafe or Starbucks, actually. I'll show you right now. Where am I? This is like Korean Starbucks. It's not too special in the sleeve, but you can actually see like little kind of interesting things down here, the little Korean. I'll try to hold it steady for you. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's different, right? So, let's see. What are we talking about? Differences, right? Okay. So, some of the big main differences of the Starbucks here compared to specifically like America when I go there and travel and work. And now there's really big differences in other countries in Asia. Real big. But I listed out a few. I'll just go over them like real quick for you. Very fun stuff. The sizes. Okay, so first I just talked about that when I gave you the little panoramic view. And if you are watching this on a replay, then you probably saw that. If you're just jumping in now, then you didn't see it, didn't catch it. Anyway, the sizes. They are so much bigger here than they are in any like Starbucks I've ever seen in America. In most other countries as well, specifically here, they're huge. They're completely huge. And then still all the seats get, taken, filled up, and you're still like wandering around looking for seating. But they're seriously big. And I'd have to say like it's not even like a quarter size. It's like usually a tenth the size of one here, like just one section. I'll just give you like a real quick one more look around while I'm talking about this. Again, I mean, like you can see how far back this goes and stuff. It's quite different, but especially over here in this area, and then the other area that it's too far away. I'm not gonna go all the way over there. It's a Starbucks. We've seen them all. You've seen one, you've seen them all, right? Except this one's a little bit bigger. Just imagine that. Okay, so the size is definitely much bigger, and that's because it really gets filled up. And then that's really because people do not take takeout coffees here. They don't just like come in and like, oh yeah, I'll get a coffee to go. That's really, really rare. And then that is due to the fact of the second thing that I was going to get into, pricing. Prices here are a bit more expensive than, let's say, like American Starbucks. Pretty much everything out here is at least 20, if not 40% more expensive. But then if you think about like what people make money-wise, you know, the actual income averages in America and the income averages here, it's a bit more in America than what they have here, but then they're paying more here for coffee. So it's more like, just imagine really if your coffee cost you twice the price. So when people come in here, they really come in here just to like chill out, hang out, get a coffee, talk with friends, whatever. And, you know, from friends and times that I've been living in America, it's more like you go to get a coffee to, like, get a coffee, to have coffee, to, like, have the little jolt, the little rush from the caffeine, or, you know, just refresh, or whatever it is. But here it becomes this really big hangout. People will, like, they'll go camping, basically. They'll just sit in their seats, and hours will go by. So, for me, again, it feels like really comfortable coming here, of all places, to work. If I'm literally sitting here for like 4 to 5 hours sometimes, it's not like a weird thing in any way. It's very normal. There's a bunch of other people that do it, and it's almost like we work together, you know. I'm in here, and then I see them, they see me. It's Korea, so we don't like say, hey, what's up? We just totally like, I just see them and, okay. Very shy here. Again, another big thing is free Wi-Fi. That's awesome, really, really awesome. You don't get like the single hour, or you have to pay for anything. Not at all. Even if you didn't buy anything, you could come in and just like log in instantly, and it's totally free all day, all the time. It's really nice that they just have the 24-hour Wi-Fi going. Really, really convenient. So I can, you know, buy my little drink thing or whatever. Usually I get like really big grande size, something that's really big here. Everyone only orders tall sizes. And then I like sip on that today. I got a triple shot. I need lots of shots of coffee. Sometimes I go with 5 or even 6, but that's like maxing it out. Anyway, so let me jump back into my notes here. I get carried away, and then I'll get off topic. They open really late, actually, and then they close really late. That's a very funny thing. They open like the earliest that I've seen is like 8 a.m., but it's usually more like 8:30 in general. But think about that, like you're going to work at already 8:30. That's like, if that's opening, that's already too late for coffee. People don't really get coffee before they go to work. Some people like make it at home or do something like that, but the majority of people literally have coffee after work. Right now, 10 p.m. here. This place is packed. This is the time when people come to have coffee at night after dinner. It's funny, but it's true. It's just different that way. Another big difference, I'd say the biggest one is this. I read online that it was the number one product that Starbucks sold, their number one item that people buy, of all things, is milk. People buy milk. They buy milk with whatever drink they're drinking. You know, the drinks can be different, but the sales of milk from Starbucks are like their number one thing, which is crazy. It's not really the coffee, it's not that stuff, but it's the milk that they sell. But that's like in America. And now how Korea is different is their number one sold product is Americanos, of all things, right? Americano. But yeah, that being funny that this is Korea, they should call it the Korean, something like that. But yeah, being actually an Americano, it's a really funny one. But everyone really likes that out here. Mostly girls do come out for coffee, more than men, it's just the truth. And possibly they're on diets or something like that, whatever it is, but they really love Americanos. Just about everybody comes here and gets just that drink. There's been funny little things on TV about it. where they set up like a coffee stand. They said, free drinks, any free drink you can have, any free drink you want. And still, like, the majority of everything that people ordered was still an Americano, of all things. So, if this kind of little information is fun and interesting, definitely hit the like button. But then also, please share this kind of video on Facebook with friends and stuff. That way, more people that are actually interested in maybe, seeing what things are like from different places, or friends of yours or other followers you have, can see this real quick and, maybe they like it. So, hoping you're liking it too. And if you are, definitely hit the little like button. Now, one last quick thing that I wanted to get into before we say goodbye for today is really getting things done from the cafe or working on things from outside of home and being really, really productive, getting a lot of stuff done during the time that you're here. Because even if you come out to work in a cafe for, say, a single hour or even maybe a couple hours, there's a process that I go through that keeps me really, really, really productive. Helps me to really get stuff done, take care of things, and really stay on track without being distracted. And just real simple, but the results and what I get from it, I get to leave the cafe after I'm done and feel good about the things that I've gotten accomplished that day. At times I do have to stay really, really long, work real long hours from the cafe or wherever I might be working, but sometimes even at a cafe. But usually the best amount of time is if I can just get a good 2-hour session in, come away from that accomplished. And here's three simple tips. But if you do these, I definitely promise you're going to have some big progress in what you do. I've done these over periods of years, and I can look back and still see the progress of things that I got done years ago. Because, number one of the 3 tips is making a list. So as soon as you come in, as soon as you get started, sometimes even find the seat that you're going to sit in and sit down and do step 1, which is make a list. Usually I find it key to make a list of 4 to 6 things that I'm going to work on during that time. Maybe it's even just going to be one big project, but I'll break it down into sections of what needs to happen and then put those sections in order. So making a list of the things that you're going to work on, then putting them in order of if I do this first, then obviously this would come next and this next step would come next. And of course this is I know this already, I can do this on my own, but when you don't make a list and you get sidetracked and you get tired and bored and you easily move on to the next thing without thinking about it. So by making a list, you really, really see the progress of, I had this to do and I got it done in a day. I mean, how many times do you go out or you try to work on something and didn't get that done, didn't finish that today, or so easy to postpone or procrastinate. This will really cut down procrastination. So, first, make a list, okay? Number 1 thing. Second, and also super crucial, put little time limits on each of those things afterwards. Set a little time that you're actually going to work. Even if it's going to be 10 minutes on one thing, you set the little time limit. Maybe you don't get it done or finished in that time. Still, that's not that big of a deal. The fact that you worked on it is much, much more important over time. By doing that and actually getting started on things is much more helpful. I got a couple little friends really checking out my video going on right now. I should say hey. Okay, I'll finish the video first. So, final step, final little thing. Really, if you just do these simple things, you will see results, definitely. If you're not doing them, which for some reason no one does, no one that I ever talk to ever really does this stuff, once you get in the habit of doing it, you'll see big results. So, next and last, final, simple thing to do, turn off your phone or put it away. Personally, now I have my phone out. This is the first time I've had my phone out in the last several hours since my friend came in and said what's up to me. But putting it away for a 2-hour session really, really helps you to focus and get stuff done. I mean, you go from first thing to second thing to third thing, and you're getting a little bit bored, and you're now push through it, work on my little time limits. And without having to stop and check your phone and be distracted by that, huge differences. And that's why even working from a Korean cafe, majority of time I see people studying or working and studying on their stuff, but instead what I really see is a lot of people on their phone, a lot of people texting away and stuff, being distracted. So cutting that out really, really helps. So, real quick, that's just going to be today's video. It's probably been a little bit of a long one, but definitely follow for more cool videos later on, and please share this to either like your little Twitter or Facebook account if you have one of those, for people that maybe work on their own or interested in seeing a little bit of Korea or different places around the world. So specifically, if this was a little bit fun for you and you want to see more, follow, and I'll have other little brief videos for you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Now I'm going to figure out how to turn this off.